The air seemed to fold and bend around him. He became a hologram, then a wind. Then he was gone, leaving only the smell of fresh pressed grapes lingering behind. Chiron smiled at me, but he looked tired and strained. "Sit, Percy, and Grover." We did. Chiron laid his cards on the table, a winning hand he hadn't gotten to use. "Tell me, Percy, what did you make of the Hellhound?" Just hearing the name made me shudder. Chiron probably wanted me to say, "Heck, it was nothing. I eat hellhounds for breakfast." But I didn't feel like lying. "It scared me," I said. "If you hadn't shot it, I'd be dead." "You'll meet worse, Percy, far worse before you're done." "Done with what?" "Your quest, of course. Will you accept it?" I glanced at Grover, who was crossing his fingers. Sir," I said, "you haven't told me what it is yet." Chiron grimaced. "Well, that's the hard part, the details." Thunder rumbled across the valley. The storm clouds had now reached the edge of the beach. As far as I could see, the sky and the sea were boiling together. "Poseidon and Zeus," I said. "They're fighting over something valuable. Something that was stolen, aren't they?" Chiron and Grover exchanged looks. Chiron sat forward in his wheelchair. "How did you know that?" My face felt hot. I wish I hadn't opened my big mouth. "The weather since Christmas has been weird, like the sea and the sky are fighting. And then I talked to Annabeth, and she'd overheard something about a theft, and I've also been having these dreams." "I knew it," Grover said. "Hush, Satyr," Chiron ordered. "But it's his quest." Grover's eyes were bright with excitement. "It must be." "Only the Oracle can determine." Chiron stroked his bristly beard. "Nevertheless, Percy, you are correct. Your father and Zeus are having the worst quarrel in centuries. They're fighting over something valuable that was stolen. To be precise, a lightning bolt." I laughed nervously. "A what?" "Do not take this lightly," Chiron warned. "I am not talking about some tinfoil-covered zigzag you see in a second-grade play. I'm talking about a 2-foot-long cylinder of high-grade celestial bronze, capped on both ends with god-level explosives." "Oh." "Zeus's master bolt," Chiron said, getting worked up. "The symbol of his power, from which all of the lightning bolts are patterned. The first weapon made by the Cyclops for the war against the Titans. The bolt that sheared the top off Mount Etna and hurled Cronus from his throne. The master bolt, which packs enough power to make mortal hydrogen bombs look like firecrackers." "And it's missing?" "Stolen." "By who?" "By whom?" Chiron corrected. "Once a teacher, always a teacher. By you." My mouth fell open. "At least," Chiron held up a hand, "that's what Zeus thinks. During the winter solstice, as the last council of the gods, Zeus and Poseidon had an argument. The usual nonsense. Mother Ray always liked you best. Air disasters are more spectacular than sea monsters, etc., etc. Afterwards, Zeus realized that his master bolt was missing, taken from the throne room under his very nose. He immediately blamed Poseidon. Now, a god cannot usurp another god's symbol of power directly. That's forbidden by most ancient and divine laws. But Zeus believes your father convinced a human hero to take it." "But I didn't—" "Patience and listen, child," Chiron said. "Zeus has good reason to be suspicious. The forges of the Cyclops are under the ocean, which gives Poseidon some influence over the makers of his brother's lightning. Zeus believes Poseidon has taken the Master Bolt, and is now secretly having the Cyclops build an arsenal of illegal copies, which might be used to topple Zeus from the throne. The only thing Zeus wasn't sure about is which hero Poseidon used to steal the boat. Now Poseidon has openly claimed you as his son. You were in New York over the winter holidays. You could easily have snuck into Olympus. Zeus believes he has found his thief." But I've never been to Olympus. Zeus is crazy." Chiron and Grover glanced nervously at the sky. The clouds didn't seem to be parting around us as Grover had promised. They were rolling straight over our valley, sealing us up like a coffin lid. "Percy," Grover said, "we don't use the C word to describe the Lord of the Sky." "Perhaps paranoid," Chiron suggested. "Then again, Poseidon has tried to unseat Zeus before. I believe that was question 38 on your final exam." He looked at me as if he actually expected me to remember question 38. "How could anyone accuse me of stealing a god's weapon? I couldn't even steal a slice of pizza from Gabe's poker party without getting busted." Chiron was waiting for an answer. "Something about a golden net, I guess. Poseidon and Hera and a few other gods, they, trapped Zeus and wouldn't let him out until he promised to be a better ruler, right?" "Correct," Chiron said. "And Zeus never trusted Poseidon since." Of course Poseidon denied stealing the Master Bolt. He took great offense at the accusation. The two had been arguing back and forth for months, threatening war. And now you've come along, the proverbial last straw. But I'm just a kid.